Yo.
Holding it down. Word to the wise, this ain't no game. Know your amendments, speak their name. The first, the fourth, the fifth, that's the trifecta. Protect you from the goons who want to disrespect you. They might have the weapons, they might have the crew, but knowledge is...
All right, let's see what's up here. 41 comments. Hi, everyone. How are you? Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Our guy. Let's Odvo. One Proud American, established in 71. Bloodborne. Mac McDougal. What's up? Sherry Sonray. What's up? Duper Trooper. Robert. Jenny. Fitzcam. Ford Silver. Liberty Troll. What's up? Mr. Jorgensen, inventor of the tampon. Yes, ladies. That's your hero right there. Angie Burks. What's up? Angie Burks, you wrote my name. Why you write my name John Felix like that? It's not Felix like that. That's why I called you Angie Brooks in the comment section. Jay Peterson, what's up? 606, what's up? Joe, hey Joe, you're my hero, Joe. This is a public service in the house. Cammed up caveman in the house. These are TAC members, everybody. Oh, speaking of which. This is a public service, and Liberty Troll are board members of the Transparency Accountability Coalition. This right here. That's us. Go to tac-us.org and click on join. Okay? And then you join for free. That's it. That's what you do. And you become a member of TAC, and the Discord link for TAC is in my community posts. Canned Up Caveman is on appeal. We the People News, there he is. I will text you the link in just a second, Mr. Matt. We the People, Barry Frost. This is a public service. All right, did I miss anyone? Astro Porty, Day News, Richard Phillips, Kevin Steele, The Sloth in the Ghetto, Lee, what's up? I'm reading real quick now. Tom Shaw. All right, I'm caught up. Cool. All right, guys. So this gentleman named Matt Reardon, he just got arrested in front of the U.S. Marshal's office, and here is his page right here. Here's his YouTube channel, We the People News. Okay. He was protesting. I gotta find it here. So in this video right here, he was protesting in front of the governor's mansion, and he's assaulted by this cop twice. Twice.
Yeah, all this is We the People's property.
Hey Joel, what's up?
Now, inside of that gate, huh?
You go call the street. We're fine and all that, okay?
No, I'm fine right here.
No, you're not fine.
How am I not?
So he's on a public sidewalk. He has a sign. This is the governor's mansion in Arkansas, I believe. He's protesting, perfectly legal. Cop loses his mind and attacks him twice.
I'm on the sidewalk.
Yeah, one more time.
I'm on the
Clearly on the sidewalk.
They go to fuck on the street. You understand me?
Well, here comes. So this cop thinks America is a prison, and he's the prison guard of America.
Is it under threat of arrest?
Now you're on the threat of arrest.
That's a psychopath. That's what they hire as. That's a police officer. That's what you're supposed to respect as a police officer, right there.
Bring around here, man.
Do you know what the First Amendment is?
Don't give a fuck with the person.
You don't give an F what the First Amendment is. He thinks he's like guarding some gang member's house or something. I guess he is guarding a gang member's house, but that gang member swore to protect us. Just like he swore to protect us.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name and badge number? Tyrant? What's your name and badge?
What the F's wrong with you? Like this cop is like, this is a street fight. She's talking smack and wanting to fight like physically. Except he's a cop, like a state trooper or something like that.
Number. I have a First Amendment right to be on the sidewalk. I'm on the fucking sidewalk. I'm on the fucking sidewalk.
All right, so this is not going to get monetized, obviously. So you want to throw me a few bucks? Cash App John Felix, $sign John Felix.
Do something about it.
Hey, man, get your shit. Go.
Hey, you're gonna get away from me. You're gonna get away from me. Put your hands on me.
Get the fuck on if I knock you.
Oh!
Attack number 2. Attack number 2. This time in front of his supervisor, I believe.
Fuck on, man. Fuck on with you.
Hey,
we tell you that, man.
Let's de-escalate.
Fuck you think I'm playing with you, man?
Hey.
Fuck.
Nick. Go back in. That's it. I want charges placed on him.
I want charges on him. I want charges on him now. I want charges on him now. I want charges on him now.
So he's assaulted this guy twice. Total crime. Total.
Hey.
I want charges on him now. Look.
Yes, VA outlaw. I'm about to show it. Anyway, what do you think happens to this cop? Matt, I'm sure Matt will tell us here in a second. Let me email him the damn link. That might help. So, how you guys doing? Compose to he has a website. It's called I'm gonna send you the link right now, Matt. I met this guy at I met Matt in New Jersey while I was there too, with Leroy Truth and them. He's a smart dude, man. He takes a lot of risks, but smart dude, that's for sure. So, all right, now let's go to, I wonder if that was live or what. Latest videos. Major deer, journalist violently arrested. Thanks, Peter Kaufman, man. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Oh, really, Joel? I'll call her. I'll call her right after this live stream. Thanks for telling me that. Appreciate you, man. All right, so what's going on here? This one. Well, what can you see here? Okay, yeah. So now he's in front of the U.S. Marshal building. I emailed you that, Matt, I emailed you the link to get backstage here. By the way, Matt, the ads that they put on your website, dude, they are like malware, so you need to clean that up. All right. Never got the link. All right. Let me email it to myself. Thank you, Ford Silver, man. I appreciate that. So let me email that to myself real quick. No big deal. Compose. Who you want to send it to? Me. All right. And then I'll paste it there. I'll send it to myself. And then I'll open my email on my phone because it's not like we're doing a live stream or anything. Your clips are ready. Oh, thanks, Opus. Let's see here. Inbox. News at WPT need. Oh, what's a different? Okay, that's different. So news. Hey, everyone. Relax. Matter of fact, just watch this while I do all this background stuff.
So you're tuning in live for National Fuck the U.S. Marshals Day. This is We the People News. We're live outside the John M. Shaw United States Courthouse, where these tyrants with the U.S. Marshals Service think that it's okay to criminalize journalism and the First Amendment. Had bolos put out. You ought to see, like, those that haven't seen the evidence, haven't seen the FOIA request. I knew that there was funny business going on. Y'all want me to come in? Hey, they're trying to wave me in the courthouse. So he just waved me in. Should I accept the invitation?
No, you shouldn't.
I think I should accept the invitation.
No.
Hello. After you.
VA Outlaw, man, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Well, look who it is. Okay, you called me in here.
You know what? I'm going to bring Matt up right now. You ready, Matt? Okay. Looked like you said yeah. Let's bring Matt up right now. Yo.
John Felix. What's
Hi.
up, brother?
How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, man. Can you see what I'm watching?
So I only have one device now because they seized everything else. I had to fight to get my phone back.
So you can't see what I'm seeing then?
I see you on stream. I see the side by side screen. Yes. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
So this part when you walk back in the building here. Well, first of all, why are you out there?
So I was out there because I did a FOIA request. I've learned to trust my gut when something seems out of place. I do Freedom of Information Act request, and I had all the signs that this cross-state talk, this cross-state chatter was still going on from Mississippi. They had reached across state lines and, of course, imprisoned me for about 1.5 years on the Galveston scandal. Before that, I was in prison for 1 year because the deputy lied and said that I didn't have permission to go to the FBI office to report law enforcement corruption. And then after the Galveston ordeal, when I moved to Utah, I couldn't even live in peace out there without these bastards with the Oxford Police Department 1,700 miles away running illegal surveillance on me and finding out my address within a matter of a day or two of moving out to Utah. So it's a pattern in practice. When Jonathan with the U.S. Marshals Office showed me signs that he had been communicated to about me, I did a FOIA request into the U.S. Marshals Service. 2 months later, what do you know? I get 14 pages of heavily redacted information. Don't get any of the people's names, of course. They want to protect their privacy, but they actually circulated bolos around the country on me. They have my pictures. They are criminalizing journalism in the First Amendment. And so I did what I think is the proper thing to do for somebody that's in the 1A, that's involved in First Amendment advocacy. I decided to push the First Amendment even harder. I decided I was going to utilize Cohen versus California, where in 1971, Mr. Cohen walked into the courthouse with a jacket saying "fuck the draft." I decided I was going to put on a sign "fuck the U.S. Marshals" and send my message that way because I was tired of my voice being silenced and I'm sick of this corruption.
Okay, so you made some signs and you went in front of this U.S. Marshals building, right?
In front of the courthouse, yeah. Traditional public forum.
Is this courthouse also where the U.S. Marshals are headquartered?
Yeah, it's a federal courthouse. It's the Western District of Louisiana. It's a U.S. District Court federal courthouse.
And what did your sign say?
Happy National Fuck the U.S. Marshals Day. There was another one that said cameras and journalism is not criminal. They do not warrant bolos and yada yada. Operation Silence the Press. That's what I've called this, is Operation Silence the Press. It's a coordinated effort to silence the First Amendment. And it's, the other one I had was I had a trifold that on the main part of the trifold, it said back the blue. But when you drop the trifold tab, it says until it happens to you. And on the other tab, it says "fuck the police." But that was just for for fun. When a cop drove by, I'd act like I was hiding the other signs and hold up the back the blue sign.
So when this guy here in the video, if you could see the video, he tells you to come inside or something. Tell me about that.
So I'm out there by the street on the public sidewalk. There's no argument for barriers or anything like that. And I look over there and I see him in the lobby laughing, like smiling, and I'm waving, and he motions for me to come up there. And so obviously, I mean, I don't have a lot of fear, and I wanted to, and so I took the invitation. And honestly, this is where.
So wait, hold on. So what did he say right here? Because that's what I can't make out.
So yeah, and so because I had Bluetooth earbuds in, you couldn't hear the exterior things that well, and I didn't realize that. They seized my camera that has the good audio, but he says right here, I'm gonna tell you one time, get the camera out of the courthouse. You can't record in here, or I'm gonna arrest you. Something along those lines. He immediately threatens me with arrest.
You had a camera inside the courthouse?
Well, no, I walked in with my cell phone because, of course, I'm not going to go in and like these tyrants have asked me to do.
But just let me get some. Hey, Matt, tell me the story in a second. Just let me get some facts out of the way.
I got you, brother.
He says, "I'm going to tell you one time, don't put your camera in the courthouse." And by that, he means you walked in recording with your cell phone. I'm assuming they have a policy that you're not allowed to record in there. Is that what you're getting at?
That's arguable. Yeah, I mean they got the sign up. Yeah.
He told you he doesn't want you recording in there, and he'll arrest you if you record in there, basically.
Right. But he called me up there.
Right. So then you leave and go back on the sidewalk, right?
So then I leave and I go back outside of the courthouse. I wasn't going to go back down to the street because I'd already moved my stuff up there on invitation, and I'm not going to play these back and forth games. It's adolescent, and so I decided I was just going to stay up there outside of the courthouse, and that's what I did. I held the line.
So you're standing out in public. You're not recording inside anymore. So what's the arrest about?
So I see that they're recording me with their phones. So I took the tripod and the 4K camera, and I leaned it up against the glass. There was most of the doors there are locked on the inside and the outside. There's only a couple of doors you can enter and exit through. And so I put it up against a door that was locked, okay, that you couldn't go in or out of. And I put the camera against the glass because obviously a camera can record anything the eyes can see. And if they're recording me, I wanted to have video of the inside where they were recording me. So I put that camera up against the glass.
And he's telling you to move it or else, right?
Well, and that's where I go and I sit on this stone, whatever, right outside of the doors. Things escalate again, and he comes out saying he's basically going to seize my camera if I don't move it right away. And he says he's going to seize the camera. I said, "You're not touching my camera." And yeah, I mean, go ahead and play that right here where that happens. Yeah.
Okay.
You son of a bitch, I was outside on the fucking sidewalk. You told me to come in here, motherfucker. I'm going outside. You called me in here, motherfucker. You baited me in here, you piece of shit. Fucking pussy. You fucking pussy. Fuck your mom.
So what did he say right there? That you're drinking or something? What's that hand motion he made?
I don't remember what he said. It wasn't anything to do with drinking, I don't think. If he said it, I didn't catch it. I was mad. I was angry because I felt like I was entrapped. That was entrapment. He baited me up there to threaten me with arrest.
I got you. Hey, no offense to you or nothing, because this is me in 2018. What you're doing right here, that was totally me. And then I finally got arrested, and the lawyer told me that unless you have a jury that thinks like we do, and you know most Americans don't, right, Matt?
Right.
they're gonna see you saying that, and you're the bad guy, and they're law, logic, all that shit's gonna go out the door. Just some little advice. I'm gonna keep going.
I know. Yep. And I
Okay.
talked to Sean Paul the other night, and that was one of the things we talked about. Is I I love his style, and I wish that I could 100%
Until
know
we can
his
get
style.
more people thinking along the lines of objective law and American principles, we don't have that now. We're like the irate minority. You feel me? All right, let's keep going.
He literally waved me in here. He told me to come inside, was grinning, and then told me he was going to throw me in handcuffs as soon as I walked in the doors. A public building. I'm holding my ground. I'm holding the line. Got to hold the line. And you're well within your rights. You cannot get pushed away. I mean, you give them an inch and they take a mile. Got to hold the line, folks. Got to hold the line. Huh?
So now he's telling you to get your camera off the door that they already have locked, right?
Right.
On public fucking property. Let's go. Let's go. No, you're not. I'm getting it. You ain't gonna touch my camera. You ain't.
Look at that. Look at that thing. Good Lord.
Oh, he wanted to go hands on so bad.
He wanted to go teeth on. What are you talking about? Hands.
I know. I had pepper spray ready for him, man. I told him, look, I'm tired of getting assaulted and nobody doing anything about it. So I'm ready to lawfully defend myself against an attack because
the authorities. Matt, you're gonna lose. Yeah. You might win right there and there, then, and you're gonna be all of our hero if you do something like that. But you're gonna fucking suffer bad for that, dude. You know that, right?
I'm suffering bad for it now.
But don't dig the hole any deeper. Stop digging. Let's watch some more of this.
You ain't touching my camera. I'm getting my camera. You grab the camera and you move it right now. If you don't.
So I had a situation like this at some Department of Business Professional Regulation where I put my phone on a window sill, not the door, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing here. This cop's a piece of shit, obviously. We see it. We all see that. They don't like that you're there expressing your right to redress them and say fuck them. They don't like it. They don't like you. They're looking for any fucking reason. That's exactly what they're doing there.
I am seizing this camera. That's right.
I am seizing this camera. Fuck you. Because why? If anything, if he should have said anything to you, it should have been move it off the door and put it on a window instead.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely right. So what? So this door. This door is locked.
You got 1 second.
This door is locked.
He's so ready to go hands on. He is so ready to go hands on.
That big grimace-looking motherfucker is ready to devour you, bro.
Oh, I know.
Oh boy.
We're on the other side of the barricade. I'm fine right here. Really?
Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Like why? What are you right there where you're standing? Is that not public?
Yeah, and I'm backing up. You can see.
And it's public, but isn't it public?
Yes, that's what I certainly say that. There's got to be a line drawn somewhere.
But you're in public.
Right.
Where you're not trespassing. You took the fucking phone off the door. You're not trespassing. I think this is a false arrest, 100%. So, okay, so, all right. I'm not going to show that. What I'm going to do is go grab my vape, and you're going to tell the people what happened after that. I'll be right back. Oh, that's
so. It's
Wait. John's dumb. Go ahead. I'll be right back. So you get arrested there.
Yeah, this is where it gets like super crazy. So he reads me my rights, and of course I invoke my right to an attorney right away. I then pulled the what's his name? People. You know, when the YouTuber People gets arrested, he locks his body up. He goes completely limp and makes them carry him everywhere. Well, at this point, that sounded like a pretty damn good idea to me. So I went completely limp with my body. I was going to make them carry me, dead weight and all, back to the back. And that's what they did. And they were very rough with it. Threw me into a holding cell. I was, the arrest itself was so violent. He actually took, let me pull over right here. The arrest itself was, hold on a second, John.
You taking a driving test, man?
I had to get out of that gas. No, I had to get out of that gas station. They were kind of starting to act a little funny. All right, so he took my camera gear, took my tripod, and physically broke it over me. Brought me to the ground. I saw the legs shatter on the tripod. I saw the camera slam to the ground. My brand new gimbal that I had, I got the DJI Mobile 7. I got it for this event. The gimbal lay destroyed on the ground. And he was literally steadily jamming my head and my body into the ground. I couldn't breathe when I got back to the holding cell. I couldn't take a deep breath. My right side of my chest in particular, where I was hit with my camera gear, was, it's unbelievably sore right now. I swear something is wrong. Okay? I demanded medical attention, as I should. Anytime that you're violently arrested by law enforcement, everybody should always go get checked out by medical. They waited to call 911. Then they finally did call 911. While we were waiting on the ambulance to show up, Hayden Newsom, which is the white marshal that attacked me and arrested me, he buries his knuckles into my chest.
Which one is this?
And this is the white marshal that came out, the one that threatened me with arrest. You know, the one that
the one that said 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
Okay.
So he buried his knuckle into my chest, and I mustered up the little bit of strength that I had to knock his arm away. And at that point, him and the other marshal said that they were going to charge me with assault on a federal officer or assault on a federal agent.
Yeah, they were hoping you would do that.
Well, but it was torture. It was literally so painful what they were doing, and it was intentional. He was literally trying to drive his knuckles into my chest back.
That's actually that's a thing they do when somebody's unconscious. Is they rub something right there to like shock the living hell out of them. So when you're awake, it's torture, and it's literal torture. But the thing is, right there in the moment, you got to explain to the jury. Pretend there's 12 people there watching you. You see what I mean?
Like anybody in that situation,
right? It's torture. I'm with you, man.
In pain, they're going to knock the person's arm away. So then ambulance services show up an hour later. Okay, thank God.
Hey, sorry, Matt. You might have said this, but didn't you say they took you like an hour away when there was a jail within like a stone's throw?
Yeah, directly across the street was the Lafayette Parish Jail, a big jail.
And where'd they take you?
They took me to St. Martin Parish, and I actually would like to do some research on that.
Hour away?
It's about a little over 30 minutes away.
Okay.
It's a very dangerous jail. I've never seen so much indifference and lack of care shown to somebody's rights as what happened right there. But before I get over there to what happened right there at the jail, after I got to the hospital, and they basically didn't give a shit because this is the hospital the government chose to take me to. The marshal passes me off to a sheriff's deputy with the St. Martin Parish Jail named Deputy Oliver. I asked the deputy when we got into the van, I said, "What am I being charged with?" He said, "You don't have any charge. It's a hold for the U.S. Marshals." I said, "What?"
Hey, you
I
broke
said,
up
"Due
there for 1
process
second.
requires."
You broke up for 1
Okay.
second. You said, "What am I being arrested for?" And they said, "Nothing. You're being held for the U.S.
I'm being
Marshals." Is that
held.
right?
That's correct. I'm being held for the
Okay.
U.S. Marshals. And I said, "Wait a second. Due process requires that in order to physically cage a free man, okay, that there has to be a charge. There has to be a warrant. There can't just be an agency that says hold them for us. That's not a lawful and valid reason." And I
Right.
said, "You may want to get your supervisor on the phone before you leave this lot, okay, because your qualified immunity is going to be on the line, just like, and I'm trying to give you every opportunity to save it." But he said, "Look, man, I'm just following orders." And I said, "Well, just following orders didn't get the Nuremberg trials. When the Nazis gassed the Jews and tried to claim that they were following orders, they still suffered the capital punishment for their crimes." And I said, 18 U.S. Code 1202 defines kidnapping under federal law. I said, "If you
Now, is
take
this?
me,"
Are you telling them all this on the way to the jail or what?
I'm telling them this in the parking lot before we leave the hospital, because I told him, I said, "Once you start rolling in this van to the jail, your qualified immunity is gone, Buster,
So they
because
took you
now
to the
you're
jail, all right?
accepting." So he did. I even explained everything in full detail, how this is kidnapping. Took me
Right.
to the jail. As we're getting close to the jail, he's like, "Will you do me a favor and just cooperate when you're getting booked in?" I said, "Look, honestly, I can't. I have a lawful obligation and duty to resist tyranny and unlawful confinement. So, y'all are going to have to do your job. When it comes to, like, I'm not physically walking in there. I'm not, going in there on my own power. Okay. Y'all are going to have to do your job right there." And we got there. He called for another deputy. It's a booking agent, this big female guard. They came out, they grabbed me, pulled me out of the back row by the handcuffs. The
Back
cuffs
what? Back
by the
row.
handcuff. So I was in the back row of this van. They pulled me out by the chain of my handcuffs. The handcuffs were locked so tight around my wrist that I could feel my bones grinding. I kept asking for the handcuffs to get loosened. Instead of loosening them, they're carrying me by the metal chain of the handcuffs, knowing that my chest is like, I still I'm having trouble breathing right now, taking a full breath. And of course I'm screaming at this point, because it's literally the most pain I've ever been in my life. That's extreme pain, being toted by your wrist.
Yeah, they were torturing
And
you. No doubt about it.
and then they took me upstairs. Of course, I didn't. I said, "I'm not gonna cooperate. I'm not gonna sign anything. I'm not answering questions." They took me upstairs. They threw me in the smallest little tank that they could, that had a hole in the floor to piss and shit. And they threw me in there with no mat and a torn blanket. It felt like 30 degrees in the cell. I was in there all night. I had not eaten all day. I never eat breakfast, and it was going to be a late lunch for me, because I was trying to get that, message sent out, to the U.S. attorneys. I was going to eat a late lunch after that. So obviously I missed that. By the time I got to the jail, it was extremely late at night, like almost midnight. So I missed everything. They had me literally booked on hold for U.S. Marshals. They didn't have me charged with anything until the next day, when they brought me to court before the federal judge. At court, they charged me with, it's basically a federal misdemeanor: loitering, causing disorderly conduct on federal property. One charge. It sees a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail on a conviction. I looked at the marshals. I said, "How does it feel to have sent your career up in smoke on a crime that can see a maximum 30 days, dumbass?" You know, and the case law couldn't be clear in Cohen versus California. This is exactly the same. He wore a jacket saying "fuck the draft." I held a sign saying "fuck the marshals," and I had a good reason for it because they circulated bolos on me for no reason.
Yeah, dude. That's so. After all that,
So then I
after all the
found out
torture.
today.
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I found out today. So while I'm at the courthouse,
Hey, rewind.
when we pulled up in
Rewind
the
5.
sheriff's vehicle.
Stop. Rewind about 10 seconds because you broke up there for a second.
So when we pulled up to the courthouse in the sheriff's vehicle, I noticed that my car was still, surprisingly, on the side of the courthouse where I parked it. I figured that the vindictive bastards would have had it towed off. While I'm in court, okay, and I'm being told that I'm being released today. When we leave the courthouse, they of course have to take me back to the jail 30 minutes out, and they're going to release me with nobody there to pick me up. I see that my car is now gone. The marshals.
Gone from where? The courthouse?
Yes, just to be more vindictive because they found out that I was getting discharged today, not being held any longer in that jail. Had my vehicle towed off, knowing my financial situation because of everything.
That's more retaliation.
More retaliation. Guess what the towing company told me?
I'm
And
listening.
it's actually right here on the sheet. So the call came in at 10:50 a.m. They came and they picked up the car at 11:17 a.m. yesterday. The reason for the impound: private property tow.
It's not private property.
My car was parked in public property on the side of the courthouse. I asked the towing company, I said, "Do y'all never, like something like this, you get a report of a private property impound, do you ever stop to use your head to think this is not private property?" Instead, they towed it off. I literally had to fork over. I had to basically borrow from Peter to pay Paul to get my car out of impound so that I didn't lose the only thing that I've got left after what Galveston did. And that's why I'm in it right now. I literally just picked it up.
Just to close this out, you were tortured. You weren't doing anything wrong other than hurting their feelings. You were basically tortured. Basically nothing. You were tortured between the sternum rub, the throwing you around, the kidnapping you, then the roughing you up, the super tight handcuffs, and then retaliation by having your car towed from public property. They put you in a bind. Now you're facing some stupid 30-day in jail charge. You're probably going to win. But in the meantime, you need some support. Where's the best way people can support you right now?
So I actually just set up a Give, Send, Go.
Okay,
if you go to that latest
article, I'm sorry.
If you go to that latest article that I have on my website. Oh, and by the way, I apologize for the ads. I just put the ads on there. I just put the AdSense on there so I can try to monetize my website, so I can try to get something.
Just fine tune those. You gotta fine tune those because the first one I clicked, my computer started going bam 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 bam, freaking out.
I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and take.
So which article right here? This one, this U.S. Marshals Service, Department of Justice.
No, go up.
Let me go back.
It's the first article right above it.
So this one
right there.
For immediate relief.
Yep.
Okay.
At the bottom, there's a link for a Give, Send, Go. Now, obviously, what I get faster and what's more helpful to replace my equipment now, because I'm out all equipment. The only thing I have is a cell phone. I feel very vulnerable. I have Cash App. I have Venmo. And honestly, one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do right now, John.
Man, hold on. Stop one second. Where is this link so people can support you if they want to?
At the bottom of that article. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're in the other articles, the other posts. So go back up to the article you were just reading where the text. Okay, yes. So that's it. So scroll down.
This one?
Scroll down. Yeah, that's it. Scroll down. It's that for immediate release. If you've already clicked on it, yeah.
Scroll. Now what?
Hold on a second. My phone just overheated. Give me a second. I'll be right back with you.
All right. So, right here,
There
emergency
we go.
fundraiser. I see it. Okay, guys.
So
Here's how you
trying to
can.
get an
Here's how
attorney
you.
because
Hold on
it's
one
not.
second, Matt. Hold on one
Yeah.
second, Matt. Hold on one second, Matt. So you just read the story. You heard the story. You saw the story. You saw everything that happened. Journalist assaulted and kidnapped by U.S. Marshals. True. Read more. And here is the Give Send Go. It's if you go to givesendgo.com and then you want to look up, it's actually fed. Let me just copy and paste this into the thing. And then guys, share this on your Facebook and stuff. You guys have $1 or $2, $5, whatever. But a few bucks, so hopefully he can get his car. Hopefully he can get his car out and get back on the road and back to doing your thing, man. I mean, everything they did to you was unlawful. That's for sure.
The biggest thing
Let's
that
do
I
some
want right
closing
now.
statements. Let's do some closing statements.
Yeah, I've got a federal public defender right now. Here's the thing: I don't trust a public defender, and it's a 30-day charge. I mean, honestly, if I have to, I will go pro se on this and preserve my appeal rights. I know the case law, but what I really need is I really need to hire an attorney. This is not about 30 days in jail. It's about principle. It's about there's well-established case law, and this needs to be pushed all the way to send a strong message that this cannot ever be, it can never be condoned. So I'm guessing it's probably going to cost about $10,000 for a criminal defense attorney. That's generally what it costs for state court, is 5 to 10, and this is federal court. I want to get a good attorney that is wanting to take this all the way. That sees, I mean, I believe it's a slam dunk case, but it's a bench trial that I'm scheduled for in front of a magistrate judge with no jury. So
why? Now, did you have the option to get a jury and you chose bench or what?
No, the federal court actually said because it's a petty federal charge, it's a petty offense, that it gets a bench trial, that I'm tried on information, not indictment, which I thought any crime, especially in federal court, had to be tried based on indictment, but apparently that's not the case. And yeah, it's they gave me a public defender. I've called, no return phone call yet. I mean, I've had horrible luck with public defenders, and I would rather represent myself than.
Honest to God, Matt, I believe that AI is going to take over public defenders because, honestly, AI is already better than most public defenders. So I hate to say it because we need 1 million more guys like you and I. And even though we've made a big splash on the scene, so to speak, since the early days, we're still just scratching the surface. We need, because you and I make up about 10% of the population. The rest are haters, people who work for the government, people who watch TV still. So,
it's got to be a collective effort. It's got to be a collective effort.
Yeah.
You know, and all these haters out there, I got one thing I want to say to address that is, you know, I could never, in my wildest dreams, I could never sit there and laugh and cheer on law enforcement violently attacking anybody.
They love it.
Getting away with it. You
know, they love it.
Because what that does is that opens up the door, okay? If you're over there, if you're a bootlicker and you're cheering on the violation of rights and the attack of innocent citizens for the exercise of their rights, do you not think that there's ever going to be a time that you have a disagreement of thought with somebody? Because I don't care, you could be friends with the government, have friends there, but guess what? People don't always come to the same arrival of thought, okay? At some point, you're going to have a differing of opinion, And guess what? When you convey all that power to the government, guess who's going to win in that argument whenever you've given them all that power from cheering that on? They're going to exercise their power to make sure that their choice outweighs yours. So, I mean, let's just apply a little common sense to this.
Well, those people love violence. They love when someone they don't like because they're of their own inferiority complex. When they see someone they don't like, it's someone who goes against their cognitive dissonance. They like it when when violence is used against people. They literally like violence being used against innocent people. They like it. You're never going to convince them otherwise. They hate us. Thus, anything that happens to us is a good thing.
Well, and they're going to be the first ones to go screaming and crying whenever the Civil War breaks out that they caused. You know, this is
they don't see that far ahead. They don't think that's a possibility. They think that you're crazy, that history can just repeat itself like it always does. And it does. And we've already had little spats here and there across the country of that happening. It's not, the Civil War wasn't one day. No. It was all across the states, different battles. And we've had something in Vegas. We've had things up in different places in California. Things have happened. So it's all it's going to take is one big serious event, and it's going to trigger a bunch of smaller events. But these bootlickers, they don't know. Half of them live in Canada. Half of them will just hide in their house, literally hide in their basement, like they claim we do.
I think a lot of them are paid for by the government. I think a lot of them are suck accounts set up, you know, by these people, by cops, by their cops' families.
Maybe a couple, but most of them are just dumb, dude. They're just dumb. They don't do any research on any topic. They just don't like the way you sound, the way you act, your inflection, the way you look. It has nothing to do with any type of critical thinking ability. That's why we need just to ignore them out of existence. They're nothing without us anyway. They live on us, and their whole existence is us. They're a parasite on our ass. So what do we care? Let them be themselves. We're going to move forward. Let's try to build between my tag and We the People News thing. And here's the thing one more time, guys, and then we'll get out of here. Matt, I wish you the best of luck, and it was nice meeting you. Yeah, say whatever you want, brother. Go ahead, yeah.
So, just like you said, you made a good point on the whole, with the Civil War, we didn't just get there overnight. And the one thing that I wanna basically make clear, because I think that there's too many people that have gotten the wrong impression of it. And they think that maybe that I just come off half-cocked, and no, you've got to understand, and that's why I wrote this book, American Injustice, that I'm about to release, is I want people to actually understand the motion of this thing, how dangerous this type of corruption is, and how it's something that you don't just arrive at all of a sudden one day. It's something that actually builds and builds on itself and builds on itself, okay? So when I was originally banished from Oxford, Mississippi, from Lafayette County, Mississippi, away from my kid, you know, for a cover-up, they effectively basically made me an outlaw. And I've lived by a saying that when freedom is outlawed, only the outlaws will be free. And I stand wholeheartedly by that. You know, it's when you push somebody, even a tame animal, a dog, whatever, when you steadily beat that dog and you back it into a corner and you take away its food, I don't care how civilized an animal is, you're going to bring the animal instincts out. Okay? So this, me being fed up, and, you know, sometimes my language is colorful, but it's so much, God, it's these people are laughing at the fact that they have steadily gotten away with one thing after the other. And I just ask you to I mean, what would you do in that situation if every cry for help to the...
Let me tell you, in 2018, I would have done exactly what you did. Went crazy, told them to go after their mother. But since then, I've been arrested, and I've made 3,000 videos, and I've got some experience. And if you plan on fighting this in the court system, you have to knock that stuff off. because no jury is going to side with you. All they're going to see is this guy's crazy. When you tell me all that stuff about outlaws being free, you're 100% right. If you outlaw guns, only criminals will own guns, right? It's reverse logic. It's actually critical thinking. You're doing critical thinking, and you're preaching to me the 10%, but the other 90% says, what is this guy talking about? You might as well be mooing. You might as well be talking to a herd of cows.
Right.
So you can't have it both ways. You can't be go F your mother on scene like I used to, and then you're in front of a jury, they're playing the tape, and they say, go F your mother. I can't believe you said that to a U.S. Marshal. That's what's going on in their head, Matt. So if you want to win in court, you have to change your style. If you want to win public opinion, which you already did with me, you could do it a different way. But as far as the legal route, and you're depending on a jury, all they're going to see is you said go F your mother to that U.S. Marshal.
Right.
That's all they're going to hear, dude. So you got to
and
balance it out.
yeah,
It's a balancing act.
Yeah, it is. It 100% is. It's 100. You're right. You hit the nail on the head with that.
That's it, man. So again, I got your link in the description. Subscribe to his channel. Watch him grow. Watch us all grow. Pick up a camera yourselves. Matt, I wish you the best of luck, and we can do this again soon. Okay, when
Yes,
there's updates.
Hey, love you, brother. Hey, always record the police. Always record your interactions with the government. This is another example why. Because they will lie and attack. And
that's right. Also, it was nice meeting you up in Jersey. And also, October 18th, if you want to come to Audapalooza, man.
I think I'll be there.
All right, sir. Thank you for coming on, dude. It was a pleasure.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Hey, y'all take care.
Take it easy. See you. All right, guys. There you go. I think that was a